Yo, peep this. You just clicked on Let's View It, and I'm Tyrone Cross. Welcome to my channel, so you already know. Let's view it. 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 What's up, real ones? Welcome to Let's View It, the realest unscripted channel on YouTube. So I don't read shit, I just talk it. And if you appreciate the way I talk my stuff, then please subscribe and help support this channel and help me take over YouTube one subscriber at a time. And then I'll see where I'll go from there. But right now, I know where I'm going. I'm gonna do some more fake autism videos. This fake autistic stuff is getting stupider and stupider. All these self-proclaimed autistic people, they like to call themselves self-diagnosed. I say self-proclaimed. They don't know how to properly diagnose themselves. So how can they self-diagnose? Plus, it clearly seems like a conflict of interest. If I want to be autistic and then I start trying to diagnose myself, well, guess what I'll probably find? But anyways, these self-proclaimed autistic people, all they do is get on camera and play stupid. So you already know. Let's view it.
Wait till you hear this.
Oh, I can't wait.
Have you heard the phrase, I need to sleep on it? It means they need time to process the information. Okay, at first I was like, oh, okay, I knew that was a figure of speech. But then I was like, but wait a minute. When somebody says that to me, I understand that means they need more time to think, but I also think it means they literally need a night's sleep. It's like another way of saying, I'll get back to you tomorrow, because I need to sleep overnight before I can get back to you on this. When I say I need to sleep on it, I literally mean, this is what I do, okay? You'll make a mental note that when I go to bed, after I'm in bed, I'm going to think about it. I'm going to think about the thing. And most likely I won't solve it like while I'm laying in bed before I go to sleep, but also this is why it takes me so long to fall asleep. But then I'll think about it, and then I'll be like, okay, brain, while I'm sleeping, please solve this problem and give me the answer. And sometimes that does happen, right? Answers, things will come to you while you're sleeping. I know I'm not the only one on that. So did I understand it as a figure of speech? No. Because to me, it literally means you need to sleep overnight. Not like take a nap. Not like think about it for a few hours. You need to sleep overnight. Go to bed and wake up and then have an answer. That's what that means to me.
Wow, she's so special. Because I need to sleep on it means exactly the same thing to her as it does to everyone else, you freaking idiot. That is what it means. If I say I need to sleep on it, that means you're not getting your answer today. Now, maybe it's not tomorrow. Maybe it's not the next day. Maybe it's a few days. But it's definitely not gonna be today. If I say that, and if anybody else says that to me, I'm expecting the answer's not coming today either. So what are you talking about? If anyone told me I need to sleep on something and then came back to me 15 minutes later and told me the answer, I'd be like, I thought you said you need to sleep on it. Then they would probably be like, well, I came to my decision quicker than I thought. So this whole narrative about you not taking the figure of speech correctly is a lie. You take it correctly. And if anybody told you they need to sleep on something and told you the answer the same day, then they don't know how to use the figure of speech. Now, the reason why it's a figure of speech is because you're not really sleeping on it. You're not really thinking about it when you sleep. And the fact that you say that you literally do this, that you lay down in bed and tell your brain to start thinking of a solution, and hopefully when you sleep, it will figure out a solution, is a lie. You made that up for views. You think it's cute. You think it's quirky. It's a lie. but also a terrible tactic. Are you trying to tell me that if someone asks you a question in the morning and you tell them, I need to sleep on it, you're going to remember this question all the way at nighttime when you go to bed? When if you forget? Then you didn't even sleep on it, and now you're just a liar. Now you need a whole new day to think about it again. Anyways, I'm on to you. Stop your BS.
I'm an autistic adult and I struggle with reciprocating in conversation. So I learned recently that the way a conversation should go is that it's like a game of tennis. You will be, the ball will be batted to you and you're meant to bat the ball back. On hearing that, I was like, I'm sorry, what? That's not how conversation works, and that's not how I want conversation to work. I don't want the ball to be batted to me in the first place. I want to take the ball when I'm good and ready to take it, which is why when the ball is batted towards me, again, we're talking about conversation here, so the conversation topic is batted towards me, I will then hold that until the other person is ready to come and get it. So like, okay, sure, you've asked me this thing. I will give you some responses. Yeah, I will tell you these things. I will share a story. I'm waiting for you to come and get the ball. No? You're still not coming to get it? Okay, well, I'll share some other things to see if you'll take it then. Now are you going to take it? Okay, great, you've taken it. Whereas having a conversation with my beloved neurodivergent friends, especially an ADHDer, where I will have the ball and I will be, holding my own in this conversation, and then they'll be like, oh, and they will grab the ball from me and like, I've got a thing, and I'm like, oh, okay, yes, go on, you've got my full attention. Oh yeah, great. Oh yeah. And then I'll have a thought and like, oh, okay, I'm ready to take the ball. No, you carry on, you finish. Yeah, I'll wait. And then when they're finished, then I will take the ball from them. At no point are they throwing it towards me, because that's terrifying. I will take it when I'm ready. Sometimes they will try to grab the ball before I have finished. And I'll be like, wait, just let me finish this point. I just need to finish these things. I need to say these things. Okay, I've said these things. Okay, here you go. Now you can take the ball. And sometimes we're really wrestling over oh, yeah, I've got a thing. Oh, yeah, but you've got a thing. Oh, yeah, but I've got a thing. And that's what I prefer. I don't want to play the game of tennis. I don't want the ball to be batted towards me. I want to take it when I'm ready to take it. So these neurotypical people who think, oh, well, Pippa didn't ask us any questions about our lives. Well, no, I'm not going to ask you. I'm just going to wait for you to share it. Because if you don't want to share it, well, I don't want to ask. I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. I would love for you to just decide to share it, because I am interested. I do want to hear. I just don't ask you about it. Is this new information to anyone else? Or did you all already know this?
What the fuck is she doing? Besides plain stupid, all she did was take an analogy about a conversation being like a game of tennis, but then turning the tennis game literal. But then sometimes taking it as an analogy, but then sometimes making it literal again. She knows damn well the only part of the tennis analogy that she was supposed to take and apply it to the conversation was back and forth. The ball was the words. Someone says words to you, and then you say words back. But no, she had to take the batting of the ball literally, right? You're not batting a conversation. That wasn't the point of the analogy. You also don't run or sweat heavy when you're having a conversation, nor do you slam a conversation. And actually, you don't keep score. Well, sometimes you do keep score in a conversation, but you know what I'm getting at. There's no line judges in a conversation either. And if you want to get technical, you don't have to be in good shape to have a conversation. You better be in good shape to play tennis. She's playing stupid. She knows exactly what they were trying to say. But instead, she wants to take it literal and go, I don't want no one batting a conversation towards me. How do you bat a conversation? How would anyone do that anyways? And then she's like, and then once I get the ball, I want to hold the ball until they take it back from me. And then goes on to explain how great neurodivergent people are. Autistic people or ADHD people will just take the ball from her. Just jump in the conversation and take over. That happens in normal conversations too. It's not just as simple as, I say something, you say something. I say something, you say something. I say something, you say something. And if she really wanted to take this analogy literal, in tennis, you don't want the ball to come back. That's how you score. In a conversation, you just don't always try to say something so no one can say something back. That's not a conversation anymore. That's a comment or mic drop. But you want to know what the most ironic thing is? Apparently, autistic people are supposed to be really good at analogies. Don't believe me? Watch.
I can turn anything into an analogy. Like, I'll make analogies about analogies. I get told all the time that I'm amazing at coming up with analogies. It's so interesting to me because I don't understand how you couldn't be good at coming up with analogies because I feel like everything is interrelated. One of my favorite creators on here, The Starving Autist, made a video about how autistic people tend to be really good at coming up with analogies for things. And analogies give us this context as autistic people to fit things into patterns. I also think that part of it is I have felt like nobody could relate to me for so long that I'm constantly trying to find ways to relate myself to other things that everybody seems to understand. I think that's why I have a tendency to compare my autistic experiences to things like physical pain, because it's the one thing I am positive that pretty much every person on this earth has experienced at one point or another. So if you can relate to me on a level of experiencing physical pain in some way, maybe you'll understand my own autistic experience a little bit better. And it's also great for poetry.
I know what the real ones are thinking. Where's the damn analogy? You talked on and on about how great you are at analogies, how you think of analogies, how you make analogies about everything. You make analogies about analogies. And the whole time, you don't say one analogy. That's kind of like a preacher who don't talk about God. Something tells me you never make up analogies.
I hate being autistic because we see things before neurotypical people see them, and then we say them, and then the neurotypicals will see that and be like, fuck you, how dare you have an opposite thought. And then 6 months will go by, and then the thought that we had originally becomes a universally agreed upon thought, and then the neurotypicals will start promoting it. And it's like, didn't you just call me stupid and crazy for thinking that 6 months ago? Make it make sense.
So now if you're autistic, you gain the power of being a fortune teller. And if it's true, can you guys please help me with my fantasy football? I really would like to know who's going to get more points, because I keep picking the wrong ones. But I can see that, because there's nothing more that would piss me off than someone that knows the future. You better not know the damn future, and you better not have a different thought or opinion. Well, in my opinion, you don't know the future. So that's the video of fake autistic people getting stupider and stupider. All they're doing is playing stupid. And now that you know these self-proclaimed autistic people just like to play stupid, all I need you guys to do is comment below. Tell me what you think. How do you take the figure of speech? Let me sleep on it. Or do you take analogies literal? Like having a conversation is like playing a game of tennis. And the best girl to have a conversation with is Serena Williams. Or maybe you think autistic people can tell the future. But while you're telling me your thoughts, I'm also going to need you to hit that bell like the hunchback. Also click that hit checker button and sub ride with me. And I'll see you on the next trip.
Day and night. Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real.